everybody. Welcome to the Bridge channel. I'm here again with Pastor Isaac. We got back from Sukkot. It was an awesome time. Hey, if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It was a journey through Sukkot. It was a forgotten Moedim, or a Moedim that the church forgot. But I'm really excited about today because we celebrate Sukkot as it finishes off the Parashat, the portion, which is the first 5 books, which is Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. And as a matter of fact, I brought Pastor Isaac together right before Shabbat's supposed to start here in a couple hours to explain us a little bit more on what the Parashat is. But before I jump into that, one of my favorite things here that we actually going to be rolling out here is Pastor Isaac, Pastor Elmer, and Pastor Hector, both different leaders or pastors of their own congregations, their kelas, however you want to say it, will actually be bringing us things that we can apply to our lives and to our everyday walks with the eternal out of the Parashat. And we're going to have about 3 to 5 every single week. The end goal is to have one for every day, which is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We won't have one Saturday. Give everybody a rest, as we ought to do right on the Sabbath. But before we jump into that, I'm so excited, super excited about that. Let's go ahead and ask Pastor Isaac a little bit. Obviously, we're talking about the Parashat. We're talking about the portion. Pastor Isaac, will you explain to us what is the Parashat? What is the portion?
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, we just got back from Sukkot, and Sukkot is the last feast that we celebrate. It's the feast of rejoicing. It's the feast of having a good time. And one of the main reasons is, well, 2 reasons actually, multiple reasons, but 2 main reasons. One is it points us to the permanent dwelling place that we're going to have with the New Jerusalem coming down, and God being amongst us, being with us. But the other thing too is we rejoice because we finished the Torah, the first 5 books. So throughout the year, there's what we call Parashat, or Hebrew Parashot, and they're basically, all it means is portions. I still remember if you were, when you were in school or you were in Sunday school, they had Sunday school material.
Yeah.
Which is something that the main church is going to teach a certain subject, and then all the classes has that Sunday school material, and it matches, right? That's the whole idea. So this is what this is, but it's actually going to the whole scriptures, from Genesis 1 all the way to Deuteronomy, to the end of Deuteronomy. So it's amazing because the way this works, Parashat means portions, is you read a certain portion. So for example, right now we're Bereshit. Bereshit actually is Genesis.
Okay.
The portions are usually called by the first Hebrew word of that portion. So for example, Genesis 1:1 starts with Bereshit, so that portion is called Bereshit. Then the next portion is about Noah, so that portion is called Noach.
Really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
So that's how they name it, which is very interesting because the portions often deal with things that are happening in life or happening in the world, and then it's just like the Lord just gives you these answers throughout these portions. It's been a huge blessing to us. So there's 54 portions. So at the end of that 54th portion is when Sukkot arrives. We rejoice, and there's something called Simchat Torah, which is rejoicing because the Torah we completed, right? We finished it, and we go back, to start it again, like we are right now with Bereshit, Genesis 1. So that's one of the reasons. I have a couple here. The first one's Bereshit, next one is Noach, it has to do with Noah, and then the other one is Lech Lecha, which is where Abraham says, God says, go forth, and Lech Lecha means you go or go forward.
Okay.
So it, each portion has a Hebrew name to it. In fact, we can actually see Yeshua in the scriptures when he's reading in a synagogue. He's actually reading a portion. It was his turn to read that portion. So they would read certain portions. Now, if the portions are the same exact portion as nowadays, that I'm not sure. Somebody out there may know, but it was a custom that they would have certain portions to finish the whole Torah by the end of the year.
That's pretty cool. As a matter of fact, you answered. Sorry, my next question is: when is the Torah? When is? Which you pretty much already alluded to it. Like, when does it finish? And it finishes throughout the whole year,
Yes.
right? Or through the whole, not the Gregorian calendar year, right? But through the actual biblical year, right? That's when it truly finishes. Is during Sukkot, right?
Yes.
When the Torah is finishing. Another thing that I do want to have you allude on a little bit, and I feel like this is kind of like an easy question, but feel free to expound as much as you want on this one. To what benefit do we read the portion? Like, what kind of benefits would you say you? Oh, yeah, there we go.
There's
one
huge benefit. One huge benefit for Keilah, let's say the congregation, right?
Yeah.
Just the local congregation, but also the whole world. So when I'm reading Bereshit, my brothers in Messiah that are in California or that are in another country, they're also reading that portion. So it makes us one mind, one body, not everybody doing what they want.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm not saying it's wrong,
For sure.
but it's always better to be a chad, to be
Yeah.
one.
Yes.
And so as I'm reading this portion, you're reading your portion at home, maybe before you go to work, or maybe when you get back to work, or during lunch. Another brother in our congregation is also reading that same portion. We're all thinking, we're all chewing the same thing. So when we have a conversation, when we sit down, hey, did you read this part in the portion this week? Yeah, I thought about this and that, and you get to share, because you're all on the same page. Anything, any body of people, any organization, anything, any congregation that's on the same page, that's always a good thing.
Yeah.
It's like probably the best thing.
I feel like that's a biblical principle too, is all being one. I mean,
Yeah.
Is it not? Because doesn't the Bible say a house divided against itself cannot stand alone?
Exactly.
And so the more we are one, the less likely we're not going to be all together, right?
Yes.
No, I love that. I think that's great. Well, thank you so much for bringing that to us. We're going to have more videos coming up here soon. Do you have anything else, though, before we do kind of finish this off? Anything else that you want to bring about the portion that maybe I didn't ask that you think could be a great help to the listener or to the viewer that's watching this right now?
Well, I could say this. It's probably a little deeper than normal, but just the portion of Bereshit, that's the first word of the Torah. It's 7 letters. In that word, you can find every major theme of the Bible in its ancient Hebrew language.
You showed me that before.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, Pastor Isaac does not know this. I know he's super busy because we have our congregation tonight. What we're going to do is we're going to end this video right now, and I hope you've enjoyed it very much. Again, we have our Torah Today coming. It's our series called Torah Today, where every day you can see, or our goal is that every day, 6 out of the 7 days, for you to be able to see, or somebody be able to bring, something to you out of the portion from that week that maybe you just didn't think of. Maybe you read it, and maybe just at that time, the Lord spoke to you out of something that maybe Pastor Isaac, Pastor Hector, Pastor Elmer said in that video, and it just helped you out that day. And that's our goal, is to truly help you and take the Jesus mindset out and put more a following of Yeshua. And that's, again, the goal of everything that we do, and as well as Torah Today. So what we're going to do is we're going to finish this video right now, and Pastor Isaac is going to come back, and he's going to explain us a little bit about the Bereshit, because I know he's done it before. I know we don't have a lot of time, but he's going to explain to us what that is. So if you haven't seen that video, go to the next one. We're going to upload it right after this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Y'all have a good rest of your day.